like you lost another one.
Hello traders, today is 23rd of May. Welcome to the daily Bitcoin and altcoin analysis, an analysis of the whole crypto market by AlphaTradeZone. My name is Stalin, and in this video I'm going to show you what has happened to Bitcoin price, what is the outcome, what is the expectancy of the price for the upcoming days and weeks, and what is going on with the Bitcoin dominance and altcoin prices. Let's start with the Bitcoin chart. This is the weekly chart. That's the old range that I've been commenting about. Should be pretty familiar to all of you if you have been following the videos that we make. So the weekly chart shows the latest candle, shows a reaction from the range EQ. This is the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement from the range top to the range bottom, which in our case is 8,800. So what you can see, what you can easily notice on this chart is we have that wick on the weekly chart that kissed the range EQ and so far is bouncing. In order to have a more detailed view on what's really going on the chart, we should scale in to a lower time frame, and that's the daily time frame. So like 2 days ago, that was the lowest BTC ever got. So whoever wanted to take a long position, that was a really good entry over here, this area.
Oh my god! Wow!
Because price spent quite some time in this area, as we're going to narrow down by lowering the time frame. Switching to the 4-hour chart, we can notice that after this bounce on the 4-hour chart, Bitcoin made quite the bullish setup by printing a nice spin bar candle over here. So as per the video that I have made a few months ago already, you should know by now that the perfect entry for such a setup should be around the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement from this spin bar candle, which basically should result in an entry around this area over here, around 8,900. Let me illustrate it for you. We just draw a Fibonacci retracement from the top of the wick to the bottom and calculate where the range EQ is, and it's exactly at this area. You can see the accuracy which such an entry would provide over here, basically. So if you miss that entry, that's not such a big deal. Trade opportunities come and go every day, but that's just something that I want to direct your attention to, so that it's easier for you to find such long or short setups. As you can see from this EMA over here, price rejected around this area, so it's still bearish for the short term. As you can see, price rejected and start falling a bit down, but right now is forming another accumulation pattern. As you can see, this 4-hour candle and this 4-hour candle is forming a bullish hammer. So currently, if I'm to say if the price is going to go up or down, it's like 50-50 chance for both directions. But let me just show you something that I find to be really important about a Bitcoin price. This, of course, all this sideways action is creating pretty favorable conditions for the altcoins to rise. As you know, if the Bitcoin price is stable, it's very good moment for altcoins to advance in price against Bitcoin. There is one very important level that would, in my opinion, mark down the future direction, macro direction of the price of BTC, and it's the 618 Fibonacci retracement. In this case, we're drawing a Fibonacci from the top of the last swing high to the bottom of the last swing low, and we calculate the area of the 618 retracement. In our case, this retracement is exactly, you notice how there is a confluence in this area over here. This is around 9,300. So I can say with a good amount of certainty that for as long the price remains below this key level, it's more likely that we will see further retracement. But in the occasion, just one second, but in the occasion of the price reclaiming this level, bouncing, piercing this level from above and finding support above this key level, I will be pretty bullish on Bitcoin because there is plenty of liquidity to collect here around those swing highs, and such turn of events for BTC being bullish and reclaiming that former support and now a resistance level, that would be a very good sign for the price of Bitcoin. So that's some key areas that I'll be looking for when making further trading calls or analysis on BTC. Let's go to the dominance chart, because dominance is basically the thing that we observe in order to be bearish or bullish on altcoins. And as you see, we had this rejection over here from this swing low, and dominance suddenly started to go down, thus creating the opportunity for very nice runs on few altcoins. Not few, but actually the most of altcoins on Binance are going up 2 digits, so it's creating a nice run. You see that right now the dominance is consolidating around this level. It's at support level, also signified by this EMA moving around this same area. If I was about to give a projection on the dominance, I would say it's going to consolidate around this area and then continue further go down. There is a demand zone. If you're only to analyze the dominance chart, there is a demand zone around this key area on the chart, so I would say it's pretty likely for the dominance value to reach that area of interest right now, which of course would create a lot more opportunities on buying altcoins. Guys, if you have been following AlphaTradeZone updates on dominance during the past months, you would know that our updates are pretty accurate. And of course, we were warning you to not take altcoin positions during the past month, but since the last update, we mentioned that the time for taking altcoin positions is very near, because the dominance was approaching critical resistance area, which would create nice bottoming opportunities to buy cheap altcoins. Let's go to the few of the altcoin charts that we are monitoring at the AlphaTradeZone premium group. One of those altcoins is Lisk. Lisk BTC chart has been very interesting so far. So let me just show you guys why that was on the radar for AlphaTradeZone, because Lisk formed this very interesting pattern. It's a support and resistance flip pattern. So that swing high over here was only tested once by this big wick that formed, but I would rather say it's an anomaly. So the first time price touches such untested support, it's very likely to produce a bounce, and that's exactly what the price of Lisk formed. So Lisk is currently bouncing pretty nicely, and should it reclaim that level over here that is forming right now as a resistance, it's 1,358 Satoshi. Should it reclaim it, I would say with a pretty good amount of certainty that it has around 30% more upside potential. Another altcoin we have been monitoring in the premium group is Seller. So Seller BTC has been forming a very similar pattern to Lisk. This is something that is basically one of the most frequent trading patterns that I'm trading on altcoins. When an altcoin is consolidating in a given area for quite a long time, it usually breaks either way. So in our case, if it breaks if it breaks to the upside and confirms the previous top of the range as support from above, it's very likely for the price to produce a big bounce to the upside. And on the contrary, if the price on such accumulation patterns or redistribution patterns, if the price breaks down and retests and rejects from the bottom of the accumulating range, is the opposite. Basically, it's very likely for the price to produce a nice big move to the downside. In our case, seller is doing the latter, so price confirmed support above this accumulation area, and according to my opinion, it's very likely now to keep moving upwards. Another altcoin that has performed similar move to seller and Lisk is RVN, Raven coin. It's one of the alts that I've been trading for a long time already. Let me just remove a few of those clutters from the chart. And that's something that you can easily spot on this chart, because that's what is marked. That's something that can be referred to as educational material. That Fibonacci retracement levels are the former demand zone on the weekly chart of RVN. So when we switch to the daily and see how the price was bouncing from the top of this accumulation range a few times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, almost 7 times bouncing, and on the 8th occasion price touching the top of this consolidation zone, it just broke it down. But as you can see, price returned back to the bottom of this range to retest it and just to see if the current supply zone would be strong right now. And the rejection from the bottom of this consolidation zone produced a very strong reaction to the downside. So when we switch to a bit lower time frame, that was something that we just discussed what is happening to seller right now. So when we switch to a lower time frame, we just see a new consolidation zone on RVN. And what is happening right now is that price broke above this consolidation zone and is now forming something like a resistance. It looks like it's forming something like a support over here. So when we have confirmed that price has broken above this consolidation range, also with a good amount of certainty, we can say that the price is likely to keep going up. Likely targets for RVN are above the 245 sats area, so it's pretty good potential. It has pretty good potential for upside continuation right now, of course, if the price manages to stay above this gray box outlined on the chart. So guys, I hope you'll be able to find suitable positions for you based on my analysis. I hope you liked what you saw. If you liked the AlphaTradeZone videos, of course, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button and share it with your friends. Hope it was helpful for you. Stay with us also in our next video.